is Ask Angelika, and it's a German lesson with Angelika Davey. So welcome to the show. As I say, hello, Angelika. That's your cue to say hello, Stephen.
That's my cue. I was just about to. Hello, Stephen, and hello, anybody else who may be watching.
To everybody who's watching us, welcome. And today's topic is November Tage. Now, is there a story behind that?
There is a little story behind that. People who read my blog know that I write a blog every week, or blog post every week. And I think it may have been last year, I wanted to write a blog post about the church holidays in Germany in November. There are 5 of them. And I started writing, and then I realized that they were actually so depressing that I abandoned the whole blog post. I deleted it. I thought, no, I can't write a depressing blog post. And when I was thinking about today's topic, I remembered it. And I thought, well, actually, if we have a quick look at those 5 depressing days, I then can also tell you about some really interesting days, or you can work out what they are.
Well, okay, so now the way this works is that Angelika has given me some German phrases, and then I've got to do 2 things, hopefully correctly. One is to pronounce the phrases, and the second one is to do a translation. So the first 5, well, let's go with
them quickly.
First 5. Phrase 1, Alle Heiligen.
Alle Heiligen, yeah.
Yeah, good. So pronunciation's okay.
Yeah.
Alle is all. I don't know what Heiligen is.
Well, I'll give you a little hint. You've got in bracket the number 1. That's because this church day is on the 1st of November.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's not just in Germany. So what church holiday do we have on the 1st of November, which starts with all?
All Saints.
Exactly.
Right, and our second holiday of the year, or day of the year, related to church, is Allerseelen.
Yeah, and that's on the 2nd of November.
So Aller is all, and Seelen is soul. So it's All Souls Day. I had to take my time over that one.
So those 2 are 2 Catholic holidays.
Right. And phrase 3. Volkstrauertag.
Volkstrauertag. Yeah.
Volkstrauertag. Volk is people. Trauer is sad.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah, okay.
And Tag is day. And we say hello to Alfredo and welcome to today's German lesson.
Hello.
And it's nice to see you. So Volkstrauertag. Volks is people. Trauer is sad. And we're going to come back. And it is, in fact, the German people's day of mourning.
It is. So Trauer is the mourning. That's on the 19th of November. Certainly this year on the 19th, which is Sunday. It is always 2 weeks before the first Sunday of Advent, and this is where the German people remember those who died during the war. So this is purely a day of remembrance. It's a German version of Remembrance Day, really.
Which brings on to praise number 4, which is Buß und Betag.
Pronunciation is almost right. Buß und Betag.
Betag.
So the Betag, the gap goes between the 2 T's. It's not a bet.
Ah, right. Okay. Betag. Buß und Betag. Right. I've got it. I have no idea on this one.
No, it's a strange one. It is actually, there isn't really an English word for it either, because there isn't an English a day like this. This year it's happening on the 22nd. It is always on the 2nd or 2 Wednesdays before the first Advent Sunday, and it's a day of prayer and repentance.
Okay.
There we are. I did say it's going to be depressing.
Yes. Phrase 5 is the last of the 5 depressing phrases.
Yes.
Toten Sonntag. Sonntag is Sunday.
Yeah.
And Toten, tot is dead.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's Dead and Sunday. Sunday of the Dead.
Sunday of the Dead, sometimes also called Ewigkeitssonntag, which is sort of Eternity Sunday. That is always on the last Sunday before the first of Advent. So this month, or this year, shall I say, it's on the 26th. And that is a Protestant holiday. It is sort of the Protestant church equivalent to All Saints and All Souls. This is where the churches remember anybody who has died.
So we've done the 5 religious days through the month.
So
you wanted to lighten the mood, did you?
Yes, I wanted to lighten the mood. So I looked around, and I don't know whether people have heard of this calendar. I think in English the website is called Cute Calendar. In German it's called Kleiner Kalender. And there are some wonderful serious days. I mean, some of those we've just mentioned were on there as well, and some very quirky ones. And I looked through November, and I picked up a few which I thought were quirky enough and also international.
Right. So which brings us to phrase number 6. This is umarme einen Bärentag.
Umarme einen Bärentag. Now we missed that one. That was on the 7th of November. But what was that day?
Well, Tag is day.
Yeah.
Bären is bear. One bear. Umarme?
Right, umarme. The verb is umarmen. Now we know what arm is. The noun arm, which is those, your hands.
Okay.
Yeah? And umarmen is to put your hands around somebody. Or what would we call it? A hug.
So the 7th, yes, 7th of November is Hug a Bear Day.
It was Hug a Bear Day. And just for anybody who's wondering about that one, especially as there aren't really that many bears around in Germany, they don't mean those live grizzly bears. They're actually talking about teddy bears.
Which is makes sense, really.
They're a lot easier to hug, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, we're on with the lighter side of the days. And phrase number 7 is Internationaler Tag der Putzfrau. Right, I'm going to take a flyer at this. It was a pronunciation, okay, first of all.
Internationaler Tag der Putzfrau, yeah.
Good. International Day, Frau is women. Putz, what's putz?
Well, the verb is putzen. And what does somebody do when they use that verb?
Cleans.
Yeah. So what's a Putzfrau?
A lady who cleans.
Yeah.
So it's obvious, quite obvious now that it's International Cleaning Woman Day.
It is, and interestingly, it's a Cleaning Woman Day. I haven't looked whether there is a Cleaning Man Day anywhere.
No, there won't be. There won't be. You don't need to search. There won't be a Cleaning Man Day. Right, okay. Right, and on with our November days. Just to remind you, we are looking at November Tage. I'm sorry about the capital T. I know it's wrong.
Good.
And when we do this again next November, when we do the repeat, I'll type it properly.
Okay.
So I've lost track of where we were, but I think we are on Koch was gewagtes Tag.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we missed that one as well, because that's actually quite an exciting one. But Koch was Gewagtes Tag, what day is that?
Well, it's a cooking day.
Yeah.
Was is short for etwas, yeah?
Yeah.
So it's a cook something day. And Gewagtes.
Well,
No
wagen, if the verb would be to dare something.
Okay.
So this is not cook your average normal stew that you cook every week.
Something different, something creative.
Yes, something daring. Or the English version actually says is I think it was cook something bold day. That's the English version.
Okay. And you welcome Anne-Marie to Ask Angelika, episode 27, German learning. And Angelika, shall we? And Anne-Marie's saying, not sure if I'm putting the comments in the right place here or not. Not seen this before. The comment is in the right place because it's now on the screen. We've been doing the show. This is number 27. So we've been doing this show for over a year, haven't we?
Yes,
because it's
I
every
need to move
fortnight.
my words because I've got all my words on the screen as well, and they're covering up the comments.
Ah, right. Okay. Okay. Right. I'll put that on the screen again, then you can see it. So it's Anne-Marie. Who we're talking
to. Now I can see it. Yes, now I can see the who's written the comment and what the comment is. I didn't dare to take my words away after the fiasco we had last time.
Well, it's work. It was the driver. It wasn't the software. It was the person driving the software that had the problem last week. I managed to 2 weeks ago. Right. So we're going through. Just bring everybody up to speed. We're going through November target. In other words, special days in November, and we started off with 5 Christian or holy days, and we're now working our way through. And we've just done Cook Something Bold Day. Now, what actually happens on that day?
You're supposed to cook something that you normally don't cook. So you get your recipe book out and you look for something really exciting and you think, I'm not sure if I can cook that. Now, in respect of learning German, I think next year on the 8th of November, every person who's learning German ought to find a German recipe book.
Oh, it's a good idea.
Cook a German recipe or cook a meal based on the recipe they're reading in German. Now that would be bold, wouldn't it?
It would, and there's some great cuisine to be done.
Yeah, it may even be edible.
Bratwurst.
Oh, I don't think that's very
pommes. No. Oh, sausage and chips. No. Oh, right. Okay. So we're not talking sausage and chips. That doesn't qualify. It's something.
No,
reasonable.
Anything with lots of ingredients that you need to translate first. You need to buy them. That would be brilliant.
Right. Okay. That's our 8th day. So the 9th one, and the 9th day happens on the 10th of November.
Yeah, which again we've missed as well. But I just love this lovely long word.
Yes, which you've got to pass. You've got to break it up. It's actually 3 words. Vergiss mein nicht.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vergiss mein nicht. Vergiss mein nicht. And this is the Vergiss mein nicht Tag on the 10th of November.
Vergiss mein nicht Tag. Vergiss is forget. Mein is my. Nicht is not. So forget me not.
It is a forget-me-not day.
Ah, wow. A forget-me-not day. Do you? Yeah, it is. It's something to do. No, nicht. Close, Anne-Marie. Close. Very close, but it's actually when the nicht part of it means not. Does it not?
Yeah, because it's not Nacht. Nacht would be night. Nicht is not. So this is the forget-me-not day. And the calendar had this lovely picture of the plant, the forget-me-not. But actually, it is just a day where you shouldn't forget your nearest and dearest.
Right. So it's
or
for keeping in touch.
The ones that are further away rather than those who are near to you.
Keeping in touch with relatives.
Yes.
Around the globe, like in Melbourne or Shuttleforth.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, for German learning purposes, I guess you could send them a German email or a German phone call.
Right. And Marie's saying, my only word was Black Forest scatter. Right.
Schwarzwälder
Well,
Kirschtorte.
in that case, Anne-Marie, you're in for a treat with this next one. You really are. I haven't practiced this. I don't practice these phrases. I just put them in the agenda, bring them on screen. And we've got the German and then underneath it, the English. So when I'm translating it, I don't sort of pretend that I'm translating it, but I've got to say this now. Hühnersuppe für die Seele Tag.
Perfect. On the 12th of November was the Hühnersuppe für die Seele Tag.
Right. Anne-Marie, you can have first go at this. What do you think Hühnersuppe is? Okay. Now, Angelika and I actually keep chickens. So I can tell you that Hühner is chickens. Suppe is soup.
Yeah.
And we did Seele early on when we were doing the Christian ones. Seele is soul. So it's chicken soup for the soul day. Wow, I got there.
Yes, there was a book once, wasn't it, called Chicken Soup for the Soul?
Yeah, there is, yeah.
Yes, I'm not really sure why that is for a day, or whether you should all eat chicken soup on that day. I really don't know.
I think you should eat chicken soup, not just when you're feeling ill, you should eat it when you're in the mood for it.
Yeah,
a bit like oxtail, really.
Because you can't decide to be ill on the 12th of November.
No, you can't decide. No, you can't, indeed. Okay, logic at work. Right, so phrase number 11. Okay, now this is a good one. Again, you can have a go first, Anne-Marie. Puts deinen Kühlschrank Tag.
Yes,
okay.
Puts deinen Kühlschrank Tag, and that was 2 days ago.
That was on the 15th.
15th, but
okay.
I don't think you did you, Stephen?
No, I didn't, because there's food in there, and it's cold, and you wouldn't want to take all the food out. What you want to do is finish all the food first, then power it off, let it cool down, or warm up in this case, and then do it. Because incredibly, I know you won't believe this, nobody will believe this, but puts deinen Kühlschrank Tag is clean your refrigerator day.
It is.
Now, the idea
was,
yep.
Sorry, the idea I think was just to make sure that people clean their fridge at least once a year. But obviously it's not working because we didn't do it.
We have a winner, and the gold star goes to Linda Mann.
Oh, yes.
Who actually put in clean your refrigerator day, which is exactly what I've got written down.
Maybe that's what she did. That's why she knows it.
And that was before I put the answer on the screen. So there, phrase 11, puts deinen Kühlschrank Tag. Clean your refrigerator day. All right, okay. Now the next one. And again, I will mispronounce it, and then you can have a go at guessing what it is. Tag des Knopfes.
Tag des Knopfes. Yes, that was yesterday on the 16th.
Ah.
And I didn't look. I have no idea why that day exists.
16th. 16th.
Am 16. Yeah.
16th. Okay, Linda, any guesses? Anne-Marie, any guesses? You won't get this unless you've got a dictionary in front of you. There is no way that you're going to get this one. I'm stumped, and I've got the translation. Close. That's very close. You're getting warm. It is about. In actual fact, by some means, well, it's button day, isn't it?
It is button day. I think Linda's got the calendar open on her computer. She's checked on the
I don't think she's that quick. Right, so it is in fact button day.
Yes, in German it's called the day off the button, and that makes it a little bit difficult to find it in the dictionary as well, because the word for button is just Knopf. But off the button is des Knopfes, and that would be a bit difficult then to find in the dictionary, although the online ones nowadays can cope with it.
Right,
so I'm not sure what we're supposed to do with the buttons.
No, I haven't a clue. I wouldn't know one end of a sewing needle from another, so it's outside my scope. Right, and we come on to the final phrase for the day. Ah, right. And Linda is saying she understands German better than speaking.
Ah, right. Oh, yes.
Brilliant. Yeah, I'm the same as well. I can read a newspaper, or I can write without having to translate most of the time, really, these days.
Most people do that. Most people find the speaking bit is always the last bit to go, or the last bit that people feel confident with.
To fall into place, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Our 13th phrase of the day and our final phrase of the day before we get on to in the business. One end. Oh, right, okay. And a hint from Anne-Marie that one end of the needle is sharp, so I will take care. Right, and phrase 13. Right, this is ironic given that we're in Black Friday season, but 13th on the 25th, 25 November is Kaufnichtstag.
Yes.
Right, now, before translation, I said it okay, didn't I, really?
Kaufnichtstag, yeah.
Thank you. Does anybody want to go and translate that? So Kaufnichtstag. And whilst you're translating back, I'll come back to the translation in a moment. I just want to say that for both of us, this is the Black Friday season, and we're both instructors on Udemy. And I teach about live video, and Angelika teaches about German. And this is a blatant shout out that learning German with Angelika's online Udemy courses is currently on sale. And if you're thinking of learning German or brushing up your German, now is the time to go and buy, isn't it?
Absolutely. Well, there's always a good time anyway, but if anybody is looking for Black Friday deals and they're all in the spending mood, I think that's the most important bit. You need to be in the I want to buy something mood. So then buying some German grammar courses is perfect.
Right. So we're back to phrase 13, Kaufnichtstag, and the translation that Linda's given us is as good as, if not better than, the one we've got here.
Yeah, I think she's got a lot of no in front of it, wasn't it? Yes.
No, buying day. Okay, and we've got, in fact, it is officially buying nothing day. What's the tradition behind that? Where does it come from?
I would need to look that up again. I don't know.
Sorry,
I think it's just in contrast to the Black Friday, because so many people have got this frenzy of buying things, and you just ought to have a day when you don't spend any money.
Unless you're shopping locally, in which case?
Well, I suggest, thinking back of learning German, you buy all your grammar courses during Black Friday when they're on sale, and then on the 25th, when it's Buy Nothing Day or Kaufnichtstag, then you sit there and you go and work your way through, and you won't have any time to buy anything because you'll be so engrossed in learning German grammar. That would be perfect, wouldn't it?
Absolutely brilliant. It would be perfect. This is the logic of that. You can't escape the logic of that.
Absolutely. German logic.
And Linda is saying, I've broken it again. You won't believe this, I've broken it again. So I don't know what's showing on the screen at the moment.
No, it's just, Linda's comment says America. My husband looked it up.
Ah, right, okay.
That was about the Black Friday, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, the origin of it.
And I'm guessing the origin of the Buy Nothing Day probably comes from there as well then, because Black Friday comes from there.
Well, this has been Ask Angelika, episode 27, German Learning. There'll be a replay on Facebook and on YouTube. And Angelika, it's over to you with your thought for the weekend and about German, of course, and about your Udemy courses.
Well, thought for the weekend. Well, I hope you all have a really good weekend. I hope you'll spend some time learning German. This may not turn into a good weekend now. No, of course it will be a good weekend. As you just mentioned, Udemy, I actually do have a new course out, which is about the cases If I ask any German students, they're always saying that the cases is one of the worst things. And I'm not talking about beginners now. It's people who've been learning German for a while, and they're all struggling with the cases. So I've put a whole course together just about the cases. And if you're really bored this weekend, that would be the perfect way to spend it, especially now that it's getting colder outside. You don't want to go in the garden anymore. You don't want to go for a walk. What better time than to do a Udemy course?
It is getting colder.
It is.
We must be heading towards winter and towards Weihnachten.
Yes.
Were you having a special show at Christmas?
I'm sure we can think of something. I haven't thought about it yet, but I think we should do, really.
Right. All right. So we'll be back. Angelika will be back with me in 2 weeks' time, same time, 2 p.m. in the UK, 9 a.m. Eastern. And until then, if you need help with your German learning, you can ask Angelika. Take care, everybody. We'll see you again soon. And it's goodbye for now.
Ja, und tschüss von mir.
Und tschüss von mir. Auf Wiedersehen.
In November, there are 5 of them. And I started writing, and then I realized that they were actually so depressing that I abandoned the whole blog post. I deleted it. I thought, no, I can't write a depressing blog post. And when I was thinking about today's topic, I remembered it. And I thought, well, actually, if we have a quick look at those 5 depressing days, I then can also tell you about some really interesting days, or you can work out what they are.
Well, okay, so now the way this works is that Angelika has given me some German phrases, and then I've got to do 2 things, hopefully correctly. One is to pronounce the phrases, and the second one is to do a translation. So the first 5, this is Ask Angelika, and it's a German lesson with Angelika Davey. So welcome to the show. As I say, hello, Angelika. That's your cue to say hello, Stephen.
That's my cue. I was just about to. Hello, Stephen, and hello, anybody else who may be watching.
To everybody who's watching us, welcome. And today's topic is November Tage. Now, is there a story behind that?
There is a little story behind that. People who read my blog know that I write a blog every week, or blog post every week. And I think it may have been last year, I wanted to write a blog post about the church holidays in Germany.
Well, let's go.
We do them quickly.
First 5. Phrase 1, Allerheiligen.
Allerheiligen, yeah.
Yeah, good. So pronunciation's okay.
Yeah.
Aller is all. I don't know what Heiligen is.
Well, I'll give you a little hint. You've got in bracket the number 1. That's because this church day is on the 1st of November.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's not just in Germany. So what church holiday do we have on the 1st of November, which starts with all?
All Saints.
Exactly.
Right, and our second holiday, and we say hello to Alfredo and welcome to today's German lesson.
Hello.
And it's nice to see you. So, Volkstrauertag, Volks is people, Trauer is sad, and we're going to come back, and it is in fact the German people's day of mourning.
It is. A Trauer is the mourning. That's on the 19th of November, certainly this year on the 19th, which is Sunday. It is always 2 weeks before the first Sunday of Advent. And this is where the German people remember those who died during the war. So this is purely a day of
the year, or day of the year, related to church is Allerseelen.
Yeah, and that's on the 2nd of November.
So Aller is all, and Seelen is soul. So it's
Yeah.
All Souls Day. I had to
Yeah,
take my time
it
over
is.
that one.
So those
Okay.
two are two Catholic holidays.
Right. And phrase 3. Volkstrauertag.
Volkstrauertag. Yeah.
Volkstrauertag. Volk is people. Trauer is sad.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah. Okay.
And Tag is day.
Mourning.